of your clinic?
So we're at the Pareto Clinic. It's actually on the campus of EWC. It's in the Shell Suite building. It's at 1697 Pierce Road. So you go on campus, you'll see the sign, you'll see the flags, you'll see that we're here. And we're open for business and taking new patients every day.
Awesome. I appreciate that, Doctor. We're going to circle back with you to kind of see what's going on in the community, some of the trends that you've noticed as well. And I want to make sure I pronounce this correctly. And it's Mrs. Myrick. Did I say that right? Did I say that right, Ms. Myrick? Miss Myrick,
yes.
Okay. Thank you. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest, Miss Denise Myrick. She's an author of a very passionate book that I'm going to recommend for you all to purchase. And can you please share with our listening and viewing audience the name of the book and where did the title come from?
Okay, so the name of the book is I Know How I Look Now, But Keep Watching. And the book originated from my daughter's journal. My daughter was killed in a DUI car accident in the day after Thanksgiving, November of 2015 in Chicago, Illinois on the Dan Ryan. She was my only child. She had three children. I have 3 grandchildren that I am now raising in Pensacola, Florida. And my daughter wrote journals. So once I was able to start going through her things, I found her journals, started reading through some of them, but was not really able to get through it because it was painful, but then later went back. And so what the book, I Know How I Look Now, But Keep Watching, are excerpts from her journal entries. So I would read them, I would pull the main idea, and I would create a motivational excerpt out of those journal entries.
Awesome. And now I do want to offer my condolences.
Thank you.
And I'm also a father of girls. And I believe Dr. Lee is also a father of girls. So we can empathize. And now, so you said there's motivation in this book that came from journal entries from your daughter before she transitioned.
Correct. So it's a lot of different things. It's some of them talk about the girlfriends that she hung out with, or girls she saw in the club, or personal things that she went through, or her evolving into trusting God, just a whole litany of things. So it covers the gamut, and it touches not just millennials. It has things in there that I'm almost 60, and it makes me reflect on how I operate in life. So it crosses, and it's not just women. I mean, it's things that men would appreciate as well in this.
All right. And are you able to call out maybe a couple of the chapters that kind of like to stand out?
So it's not a chapter, it's just excerpts. It's different excerpts. So it's a quick read. I have a couple. One that guys really like is I like Fruit Loops. And so so I don't know if you want me to read one of them or
what? Listen. Yes, because like I said, and I'm so grateful that your daughter was able to leave us like, little breadcrumbs and motivation, because my mother transitioned back in 2020. My grandmother transitioned back in 2015, and my other grandmother, my mom's side, transitioned back in 2018. But the more of the story is, I got to do a live interview with my mother's mother in 2018 before she transitioned, when she had all of her faculties. Wow. So she got to leave a message to all of her grandchildren and great-grandchildren and those to come. And it seems like your daughter, with her wherewithal, was still making documents. And when you talk about Fruit Loops, I'm going back to elementary school. But I see now, Ms. Myrick, you might have been very fortunate. We had Fruit Wheels. We didn't have Fruit Loops. Because you know about the Fruit Wheels, right? You know, everybody else have Frosted Flakes. We have Flakes Frosted. But yes, please share with us one of those inserts from Fruit Loops.
Okay, so let me tell you that she liked Being Mary Jane. So for each excerpt, I did a little post-it from Being Mary Jane. So I'm going to read the post-it, and then okay. So for I Like Fruit Loops, the Being Mary Jane post-it is: a woman who catches a man's eye earns a purse. A woman that captures his heart earns his world.
Say that again. Say that again. Say that again, please.
A woman who catches a man's eye earns a purse. A woman that captures his heart earns his world.
Wow. Wow.
Okay,
yeah,
so and so now when you hear I Like Fruit Loops, it's going to be different than what you expect. Okay, so I like Fruit Loops. Ladies, when a guy tells you that his favorite cereal is Fruit Loops, take him at his word. The fact that when he comes to your place, he eats Frosted Flakes because that's all you buy does not mean that he has changed his mind about his favorite cereal. He's just consuming what is available to him. We as women think we can change a man's mindset just because he keeps coming back for more. It's cereal. It's available. It's just not his favorite. So if a man tells you he doesn't want commitment, stop trying to change his mind. Then get upset when you find out there's someone else. He told you his favorite cereal was Fruit Loops.
Go ahead.
True bomb.
Hold on.
Bombs of truth. Yes, ma'am.
You like that?
Yes. Now listen, we're going into our first break. Even though we're going to a break on the radio, we're still live online and virtually. You're listening to the Impact Radio Show presented by the Florida Star newspaper. This is your host, Nahshon Nicks. You want to stay locked, stay loaded. We'll be right back after these messages. Now, this goes by very fast. And Mrs. Myrick, I need you to tell our viewing audience how they can order this book.
Okay. Do I do that now?
Yes, they're listening.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the publisher is Book Baby. So you can go to bookbaby.com and key in, I know how I look now, but keep watching, D.Y. Myrick, and order it there. The thing is, with Book Baby, it does not come right away. So it takes like about 6 to 7 days. But I have a discount running on Book Baby because the book is $18.99. I have a discount going on now for $5 off. If you want it in a hurry, you do Amazon.com. And then on there, I can't do any coupons, so it's $18.99. But with Prime, you get it in 2 to 3 days. So Book Baby or Amazon.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Lee, put a plug in for, welcome back to the Impact Radio Show presented by the Florida Star newspaper. This is your host, Nahshon Nicks. I want to encourage you to do business with one of the oldest Black-owned newspapers in the South, the Florida Star newspaper. We have over 30,000 subscribers through the Georgia Star and the Florida Star. So we do have a footprint that reaches into South Georgia as well as North Florida. TheFloridaStar.com, TheFloridaStar.com. Subscribe, like our page on social media, and at the same time, do business with one of the oldest Black-owned newspapers in the South. Miss Denise Myrick, please call out the name of the book one more time and let our listening and viewing audience know again how they can order that book.
I Know How I Look Now, but Keep Watching by D.Y. Myrick on bookbaby.com or Amazon.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Lee, are you still with us?
Yes, sir. I'm right here. My mind is blown. I'm trying to, suture myself back up, but that was a really good one. Yeah, I'm here.
These medical analogies and metaphors. Dr. Lee, can you please tell everyone where your practice is located? And my father told me to tell you hello. The guy that raised me, Tommy Rayford, he's listening in, and he told me to tell him he likes golden grams. But Dr. Lee, tell the folks about your clinic. And listen, everybody, this is Black Excellence, and Ms. Myrick, I don't have enough time to take a deep dive, but this is healing for all of us.
Yeah.
And thank you for sharing your story with all of us, because we're all in this together. And like I said, especially for those of us that are grieving, there's so many people who have lost loved ones throughout this last year at such a rapid rate.
Yes.
And like I said, this broadcast goes by so fast, and I can't really deep dive in it. But I just want to tell you thank you, and don't go anywhere because we're going to circle back with you.
Okay.
Dr. Lee, talk to us about Pareto Clinic. Where are you located? Tell us what some of the things that you've noticed since you've been in the community, and what are some of the things that we can be preventative on.
All right, so we're located on Kings Road in Pierce. We're actually on the campus of EWC, or Edward Waters College. And I don't know if you know about EWC, but it's an amazing HBCU in Jacksonville. Amazing student. Huh?
Did I tell you that I was a 50 class president at Edward Waters College in 2006? I just wanted to put that little shameless plug out. That's my alma mater. But keep going. I'm sorry, keep going.
See, great thing. Great thing. So we're on the campus. We're actually in the Shell Suite building. I'm a family practice medicine physician. Pareto Clinic is really it started in March, and actually we saw our first patient in August. Of course, we had the pandemic to deal with, so we opened the practice in the middle of the pandemic, and we were providing services for undermanaged populations, and I would say in many ways underserved. I mean, we're in a healthcare desert. You hear food deserts where they don't have fresh groceries and cucumbers and tomatoes. We actually don't have adequate density of primary care physicians in this community. I love the fact that we're here. It's so fun because we get to see people come, and we get to see them come in with blood sugars of 500, A1Cs of 12. And within maybe 2 or 3 months, we get their sugars down, we get their blood pressures controlled, we get their mammograms, their colonoscopies. We show them maximum respect and appreciation, and really here in the community, taking care of the community. So I love it, man. It's every day. I've eradicated disease all day. I'll be back tomorrow too for some more. So it's good to be here, man. And that excellence piece is important. This is an institution that was developed for the community and actually by the community. So some major stakeholders are responsible for making sure that this resource is here and that it is really sensitive to and caters to and responds to in a very aggressive way the needs of the community that we're in. With your point, excellence, with the most sophisticated of everything. I mean, our stuff and our metrics are as good as anything that you would see anywhere else in town, whether it's urban core or by the beaches or wherever. And it's here in the community, available to the community. So it's fun, man. Things are going well. We've been blessed.
Now, Doc, have we, based on what you've seen in family practice, and how are our citizens in that area, from what you've been able to discover, how are we handling this pandemic? How are we beating this disease? How are we beating this virus?
2 things I see. So the biggest thing is that people are really hungry to get their vaccines. They ask me about it all the time. I've been vaccinated. Not everybody is, agrees with that or whatever, but the majority of the patients that I see are comfortable with it. I didn't grow 3 eyes and a horn, and my arm didn't, a million different things that we talk about. But and I'm very honest about it. My first shot was this, and my second shot had a little bit of that. But you know what? COVID is the real deal. So that's one thing. People are getting vaccinated, which I love. And it's a great thing. The second thing is that our community are sophisticated consumers of healthcare. They know what they want. They know what they need. They know when it's being done correctly. And they're coming, and they want care, and then being able to provide that care has been excellent for both the community and for the families that we've been involved with. So that's what I've learned, and that the families are working hard. There's so many people doing so many good things for so many people. So when you get that window into the community, it's the grandmothers, it's the aunties that are taking care of Miss Myrick. I mean, just the beautiful things that are happening to keep this community going and live. It just feels good to be in this position where we can actually serve them. And I mess with the kids that come in. You want to be a doctor? Maybe one day you can take care of me. And they like that. You know, they come to me, give me a little hug and stuff. Hey, Dr. Lee, you know, where my lollipops at? You know, kind of thing. So it's good, man. The community is doing a lot better than people think. The last thing is COVID. The mortality from COVID is real, but the what's happening with a lot of the seniors is that they're not engaging like they used to. So the sort of part of the morbidity of just being isolated and alone, not able to go to church, not able to get out and see friends, not able to hang out with their grandkids and stuff like that. That's weighing on people. They're alive, but they're not living. And so for me, I can't wait to see this thing wind down, man, so we can get our seniors out in the world and living and doing their thing, because they're tired of it. That's been a major issue that I'm seeing.
Yes, and I'm gonna ask Miss Vanessa if she would like to chime in on something before we go into the break. Vanessa, you still there?
Yes. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, and if you can introduce yourself to our listening and viewing audience, Miss Vanessa.
Peace, everybody. It's Vanessa. I'm the beach lady now. I'm taking that from my vein. I'm holding her torch, and I'm going to keep moving forward with it. But I want to expand a little bit on what the doctor was speaking about, because I just finished up an article about EWC in particular and the Agape partnership at the James Weldon Johnson, the old middle school auditorium. They have, the vaccination shots there. They're available now to, most people over the age of 40 when I finished the article. But as you can see, like, the country's moving at a rapid rate. Doctor, what do you think about the Agape push with the entire the state of Florida to do like what South Carolina is doing and going into homebound and hospital, and people that cannot necessarily, maybe they are too fearful of, being in contact with anybody to such an extent that they have to, stay at home at all times. I've heard that Agape is working towards going in towards certain communities and homebound people.
I'm excited to see what Mia is doing. I'm excited to see what Agape has been doing to sort of really get involved and not only talking the talk, but walking the walk and operationalizing the resources and infrastructure needed to really reach out to our community and make sure that our community is vaccinated across the board. So I'm all about find a way, make a way, make sure we get to our people. And the more we embrace the idea of vaccinations, because if I'm honest, I'm not sure that this COVID thing is done. The variants are concerned, and if there may be different generations of vaccines that we may be end up dealing with at some point. But I think having that infrastructure in place to do it is a beautiful thing. My patients I did a blast to all of my patients to let them know that the EWC is that it is on the campus at the James Weldon Johnson. And quite a few of them, I actually got a call from one of my patients who got the shot, and his arm was a little bit on but I said, man, you're going to be okay. Let's make sure you get that shot and keep it moving. And that's exactly what we need to do. So whatever we have to do to get them to be vaccinated is a big part of it. Keeping their health solid is good.
Yes. Ms. Vanessa, if you just put a pin right there for just a moment, we're going to take a break. But I do want to put a shameless plug. The First Coast Leadership Foundation, we look out to Pareto Clinic and Dr. Lee as subject matter expert to help with our Healthy Crunch, which is prevention under nutritional clinical health. We will also be at James Weldon Johnson tomorrow, highlighting how the age for those who want the vaccination, I believe on Monday, the age drops, the younger adults. And we want to be a part of that kickoff to just help build awareness at that James Weldon Johnson area for the COVID vaccination for those who want it. So Please meet us out there tomorrow morning, James Weldon Johnson there, EWC, at 10 a.m. And at this time, you're listening to the Impact Radio Show presented by the Florida Star newspaper. This is your host, Nahshon Nicks, and we'll be right back after these messages. Now, Ms. Vanessa, can you tell our listening and viewing audience what you do if they want their story covered, like how you covered that story with Agape? What if Dr. Lee wants his story covered with what he's doing at Pareto? How does he get you to cover his story?
Well, you know, Dr. Lee, or anybody listening, feel free. I give out my number. You can text me, you can call me, 904-385-0326, or you can email me or find me on social media platforms. I'm usually at Vanessa Atani Davis. That's my personal page. Or I'll go by ALKBU1AN. It's your favorite password. I love it. I love it. It's a great password. It is, isn't it?
Yes. And Ms. Myrick, we're going to come back to you after this break. I'm going to give you 2 minutes.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Impact Radio Show presented by the Florida Star newspaper. This is your host, Nahshon Nicks. We've been having an awesome show on tonight. I've been even reading some of the Facebook posts from Doc Stanley Scott. He said, if you want Black folks to get the vaccination shot, you need to do a crap party in the hood.
Oh, wow.
Listen, Doc, love you. That's Doc Stanley Scott with the African American Economic Recovery Think Tank. Listen, everybody, and another thing he put in is exposure matters. These type of platforms give us an opportunity to tell our narrative and not just in a soundbite. So that's why the Impact Radio Show is our show, it's your show. And if you have a story that wants to be covered, please go to thefloridastar.com. Make sure that if you want that exposure, if you want that highlight, you got to reach out to people like Miss Vanessa. You got to reach out to me. You got to reach out to the Florida Star, because this is an act. This is our platform to be able to promote Black excellence, Black media, Black news, as well as the general public as a whole. But a lot of times we don't have those veins and avenues to be able to promote our products and services. And that's why the Florida Star newspaper is so vital to our community. Mrs. Myrick, once again, you've given us the Fruit Loops excerpt from the book. Can you please call out the name of the book one more time? Tell our listening and viewing audience why they need to get this book and how they can purchase it.
The title is I Know How I Look Now, But Keep Watching. It's an excellent book for every age bracket. It touches emotional things. It's funny, it's reflective, it's serious. It has a lot of wisdom to it. I have people that have bought it and have put little tabs in, like a situation comes up in life and they'll say, oh, I got something for that. You should read this, blah, 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 blah. So it's really and it's a quick read because it's just excerpts. It's not a story, and it has a lot of good meat in this book. So I have another one if I can read it.
Go ahead.
Okay. So this one is called The 11th Hour. And so the little post-it is never, never, never give up. So the 11th hour. Do you ever feel like you are always being tested on how much you can take before you just lose it? Then the interesting part is right when you're at the point where you can't take even one more thing, the breakthrough comes. Right at the 11th hour. Why do I have to almost get to a nervous breakdown before I get relief? Is there something I'm supposed to be gaining from all the stress that really could have been avoided if the breakthrough had came in the 2nd hour or at least the 5th hour? Does this keep happening because I'm missing some key piece? So I have to repeat this process in various circumstances of my life? Am I supposed to ride it out and assume that the breakthrough will always come at the 11th hour? Suppose it doesn't come. Suppose I lose my mind from stress. Seriously. I need some help understanding why I have to be on this 11th hour cycle. I sure would like to see what it feels like to get relief from issues of life in the second, third, or even seventh hour. Wouldn't you?
Snaps.
Yes. Mrs. Myrick, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about Abel, and it says that even though he's gone, his blood still speaks. And thank you for putting your daughter's notes in a platform to where she's still speaking to us.
Yes. Yes.
And I just want to say thank you, and tell the folks how they can order the book in 10 seconds, please. Where can they go to order the book?
Bookbaby.com, Amazon. Bookbaby.com, $5 off. Amazon, $18.99, but you get it quicker. But I prefer you to go to BookBaby because I get more money from that one, and you get $5 off.
What baby it is. All right, Dr. Lee, 30 seconds. Can you please tell the people our walk-ins welcome at Pareto Clinic?
Oh man, welcomes are welcome and encouraged. We actually come on in. We come on in. We take all comers. So absolutely, Monday through Friday, 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock. We're wide open. So, and we do telemedicine as well and home visits. So we definitely take walk-ins.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Right. Thank you so much, Doc, and please tell your wife we said hello as well. And Miss Vanessa, I'm gonna give you 60 seconds. What's coming up? What's going on around Duval? What's happening?
You know what? We actually got a lot going on. I was just looking at this River Jams concert we got coming up along the river. It's going to be blocking off some traffic downtown. So if you're going to be downtown April 8th, 15th, 22nd, and the 29th, you'll probably be in a little bit of traffic. But on the 22nd, hip-hop artists in Jacksonville Data's Quad City DJs will be performing. That's the Come On Ride It, the train. Get your Tootsie Roll going. Get your Tootsie Roll together now. And get on up and dance with another local opener. So, that sounds like it's going to be a good, safe, evening out. They've got a couple of other dates planned. So I'd love to see you all around Jacksonville, masked on.
All right. Even with the shot, put your mask back on.
Keep it on. Keep it on. The doctor said it. I'm sure he knows.
Yes. And now, Miss Vanessa, like I said, if somebody's listening and you always talk about collaborations and they got an awesome collaboration, how do they contact you to get their story in the Florida Star newspaper?
Yeah, I'm looking for stories about collaboration, positivity, so feel free to call me or text me. 904-385-0326. I am mommy teacher for 2 little ones, so I may get back to you in a day, but I will get back to everyone, every message that I get. Or you can just find me on social media, tap me if you see me out and about. I love the tips. I'm on Twitter as well. So any kind of way you want to message me.
All right. And now I do want to put a plug out there. Parents, testing is next week for Duval County Public Schools. So please make sure your children are getting adequate rest throughout the weekend. Recap with them, check to see if there's anything that they would like for you to go over or practice. Let's make sure that we're setting them up for success. We understand that this pandemic has made so many impacts in so many different ways, but let's make sure that they're able to get some adequate rest and they're prepared for next week on Monday. And for those of you that may or may not know, Good Friday is tomorrow. Resurrection Sunday is this Sunday. If you do feel safe, please make sure that you go visit a place of worship or your place of home for worship on this Sunday. And there's so much to be thankful for. As I always say, knowledge is power. Knowledge of self is powerful. Knowledge of God is a source of all power. Please get up, get out, and support the Florida Star newspaper. I love you. God bless you, and good night.
Good night.
Hey.
Thank you for being such a wonderful guest, and thank you so much for all of your participation.
Thank you.
Nahshon, who on the Victory Station don't know tomorrow is Good Friday?
Well, somebody might have took a day off from the Victory Stations. Millennials be taking, they go to Bedside Baptist. So, hey. Millennials go to church. They go to church.
You're right.
All right, now y'all have a blessed one now.
Y'all be
Take
safe.
care. Thank you.